All right, Big Man, today is Wednesday. It is September 15th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Fun show today. Going to be joined by a couple of the creators of the new Netflix show called Chicago Parody that comes out this Friday. Before we get into it, though, I always want to talk about our good friends at Miller Lite. So when you're watching this show this Friday, make sure you're popping those Miller cans, turning the top off the bottles if you're a bottle guy or a bottle girl, and just enjoying your night, enjoying your Friday, leading into college football, leading into Sunday NFL. Because the season's different now. The summer is pretty much in the rearview mirror at this point. We'll probably get a couple more good weekends, but whatever you do, whatever you're doing, you want to make sure that you're doing it and enjoying a nice, great tasting, less filling Miller Lite as safe as possible. So the good thing about it, obviously, you guys know, you can get it pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. So next time you're getting ready to enjoy cold ones with your friends, go to MillerLite.com/redline to find the delivery options near you. Or like I said, you could pick up Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, so here we are. I'm joined by Chris and Katie Rich. Chris, you know what? I forgot to ask you how you pronounce your last name before we started. You just let the people know right here. So
Wataski.
Wataski. Oh, there we go. I like that. The way you said it, too. You gave it some oomph. That's beautiful. So we'll just rip it live. So Chris and Katie, big show coming out, Chicago Parody Ant. A lot of Chicago listeners here, but, there is some national tie here. Chris, can you explain to the people what Chicago Parody Ant is?
Yes. First of all, I can only assume you're broadcasting from, like, your dad's basement in Beverly or something.
No.
You mean like me, like what I'm doing?
Is that where you are?
I'm actually at my house, but I was just at my dad's house this morning, where I usually broadcast from a Barcalounger with a dog blanket over it.
Oh, I love it.
Chris has seen it many times.
Where is it, like 80th and Pulaski, Katie?
That's where we grew up, yes.
Perfect.
That's exactly right.
Around 80th and Pulaski down there.
Anyway, sorry, Chris.
Listen, Eddie. The first time I saw you, it was like the coldest day ever in Chicago, and you were out offering people rides. And I remember seeing it on Twitter and thinking, this is a good guy. This is a good Chicagoan with a good heart right here.
Yeah, that's it. That's what Chicago Party is. So I'm your son. I'm the son of Chicago Party. I said I'm very proud of my son. It was like -50, and we were looking for ways to make content out of it to make it's so cold. I saw a guy at the bus stop. I was like, I better offer him a ride just because it'll be funny and because like he shouldn't be waiting out there. It was pretty damn cold. So and then you quote tweeted it with me being proud of my son.
And were you wearing shorts though still, even though it was -50?
Yeah, that's how it rolls.
That's like such a classic Chicago move.
Oh yeah. Big guy
cargo,
too. So
like wearing cargo shorts with a pack of Marlboro Reds and the cargo.
Exactly.
100%.
But now there's a character named Mikey, which is her son on the show, and I think it's kind of based loosely on you. Oh. I think you were in the ether, and we kind of so just wait. You're gonna meet Mikey soon.
I'm pumped for Mikey.
But we don't officially say that. You can't sue us.
Okay.
It's not based on anybody.
Based on anybody. Right.
But if you
That's right.
thought that guy's pretty cool, then that's okay.
We'll cut that out. So just, no one will get any ideas.
No, I'll leave it.
Yeah, we'll just do it.
Okay. So I started this Twitter account for fun, and it's based on a couple of my actual Chicago aunts. And then it started to get bigger. And then we put together this great crew of Chicago people with Katie Rich here and the Barinholtz brothers. And we pitched it, and then Netflix bought it. And now it's going to stream in 190 countries.
Unbelievable. And it's like it's such an awesome account, and it has so much steam here in Chicago, and it's something that really everyone enjoys. Like give us where it is, because a lot of people here, they like to hear the descriptors. Like, where were you? Was it where you were living with 3 buddies in Wrigleyville with a ripped couch? Like, how was it when you sat there like, I'm going to make this? What was it like?
Well, I did live in Wrigleyville with 3 buddies and a ripped couch for about 6 years right after. And my bedroom was literally a fucking broom closet that was cut off by a staircase. So I would hit my head when I would come home drunk. And Katie, you went to that place. You've been to that place, right?
I think I have blown coke in that place. Like that was like it was such a dark time for all of us, really but like a great time. But yeah, we would
do improv shows at night and then go drink till 4 a.m. and then have an after party. 5
a.m. on Saturdays.
Oh,
that's right.
Just grinding it out on the main stage, being like, how do we do it? How are we gonna do this? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, but no, it's Chicago Party has started on my couch in Los Angeles because I moved out here in 2014 because this is where the film and television industry is. Otherwise, I would have stayed in Chicago. And I was feeling homesick and I was looking for kind of a creative outlet. So I started this thing and it started with just a couple of my friends following it. And then it started to grow. And then all of a sudden Stephen Colbert was retweeting it and now it's a show.
Do you remember the first big tweet? What was like when you're like, whoa, this might be something here?
Well, I remember the first tweet ever was I just sucked off a Dave & Buster's night manager for 10,000 extra prize tickets. Katie, you like that one?
I'm sure I did. I'm sure I liked it.
I'm sure it was.
But the fact that we created a fully fleshed out female human woman, based on that as its starting point is pretty incredible, right?
Really?
Oh, it's so. I mean, my favorite is like, Tom Skilling. It was a rough one with him last night. It's
so funny too because he's the sweetest,
the kindest,
most wonderful man, and like this woman is just insane about him.
all Tom wants to do is look at pictures of cumulus clouds all day long.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, this woman is harassing him,
being like, "You got jizz in my good shirt last night." It's like he just wants to cry at the eclipse. He's like a very sweet man.
Hey, has anybody like blocked you? That's like a famous person or anything?
Not a famous person, but some people have blocked me just because they can't take the crassness.
Yeah, no,
they don't get the joke. I think some people don't get the joke, and
That would be so funny if like Jeremy Piven blocked you or someone.
Yeah.
Someone was just so upset that they were like, no.
Yeah. Like Piven like really did bang like some, Naperville MILF and like he was like,
1,000%.
He met her at Rocket for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He used to always, didn't he always go to Rocket? That's not even still there, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Anyway. We got to ask Billy Deck.
Yeah, we should ask Billy Deck. He's got to be more involved in this.
And then,
Katie Rich and I are old Second City pals, and then she has been kicking ass at Saturday Night Live for the last like 6 years. Mm-hmm. And then when we were on separate coasts, and so then we linked back up for this. But Katie is like the ultimate Bears fan. You guys should be interviewing her like every fucking week.
Oh, Katie.
I'm going to the game on Sunday.
Really? How you feeling?
About COVID or about the game?
About the game. About the game.
Because I'm more worried about COVID than I am about our offense.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that
the roof's open. Yeah.
I'm excited. I really am. I think I've made peace with the fact that I'm probably going to watch Andy Dalton. But we'll see. I still have my Fields jersey. But I'm really excited. I'm just so excited that football is happening. I mean, football's happening tonight. I'm excited to watch Tampa, Dallas. I never thought I would say that, but I'm very excited.
Yeah, no, for real. So do you split time between Chicago and New York? What do you do?
So this is how much of a insane psycho I am. So when I got hired at SNL, I was like, well, I'll get fired in 6 months. I have no doubt. That's what happens. And so my husband was actually born in New York. He's like, I don't want to fucking move to New York. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go and then we'll figure it out. And then I didn't get fired and I was there for 7 years. And so I commuted back and forth. So I would stay in New York for like 3 weeks. Then I would come home for 2, stay, I would go back and forth. I mean, we got our summers off. So it really wasn't that bad. And then I was in the process of like, okay, I'm going to move to LA. We have this show. I'm actually going to do it. Goodbye, Chicago. And then the global pandemic happens. And so my husband and I were like, let's go back to Chicago. So we're still here.
Wow.
So if you follow my path, perhaps you can stay in the city. But it's
very specific path.
It's a very specific path. And I have a lot of airline miles, but
yeah, you're just never leaving. No, they're just not going to let you leave. That's
no,
great.
it really won't let me leave.
So you guys were just buddies from Second City, and then it was like, hey, you brought Ike and John. You're like, hey, I think there's something here. What's it like how do you get a show on Netflix? Like, what's it like working with them and everything?
So we put together like a pitch. So we kind of like flushed out the world a little bit. Like, okay, who else would be in her world? Her husband, Kurt, who I had already kind of come up with, and then her son, Mikey. Okay, she works at a salon, so she'll have coworkers, and then the salon needs a manager, and so we wrote a salon manager who now is voiced by RuPaul, which is crazy.
Great.
That's awesome.
And so then we like put together a pitch and pitched it to Netflix, and luckily they got it. The woman who was like the executive who bought it, she had spent a bunch of time in Chicago and hung out around the comedy scene, so she totally got it. And yeah.
And actually, when we pitched it, it was so crazy. There was a fire alarm.
Oh yeah.
At Netflix. So we went there. We were about to pitch. All these alarms go off. We're like, what do we do? So everyone's just, meandering outside, being like, is there an active shooter? Like, what is happening?
What's going on?
And so we went to Denny's. Denny's was across the street. And so our big asses went to Denny's and like had a fucking meal and pitched it in like the hottest Denny's of all time.
Yeah.
And it happened. Like, we couldn't believe it.
I mean, Chris, what's your life, man? You're ordering a grand slam about pitching a TV show about a Twitter account you made. That's pretty crazy, dude.
I had a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, and all of a sudden they're green lighting the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's unbelievable.
I think that is really what you ordered. I remember I ordered that grilled cheese that has mozzarella sticks in it.
I remember that.
So I was like, I'm gonna be nasty. Like, I'm just gonna be
power move.
I know. And I ordered a Sprite, and I think you turned to me and you were like, power move.
Hey, I mean, this is, if you're making, it's going to be like a trashy show, so you got to do it a little bit, right?
That's right.
Is that trashy? I mean, that was legitimately what I wanted. So
Eddie,
message received, Eddie.
Hey, let's take a quick break here to talk about another great Chicago company. How about this? This fits so well. Dude Wipes. You've heard him on this show before. I had Ryan on. We talked about the company. So a nice show created in Chicago by a Twitter account, and a nice company here by dudeproducts.com. I talked about it yesterday. You can get everything on dudeproducts.com. You can get the shower wipes. You can get the face wipes to make sure you're feeling a little more awake and alert in the morning, energizing. And you could use the deodorant. I bet you Chicago Party Aunt has used some shower wipes in her day, right? Wouldn't you assume so? I would assume so, at least. So go to dudeproducts.com. Use code BC15 for 15% off your entire order. Once again, that's dudeproducts.com. BC15 for 15% off your entire order. Go get some butt wipes. Stop using the shitty-ass toilet paper, one-ply bullshit already, and start using some Dude products. Dude Wipes, go do it. dudeproducts.com. All right, let's hop back into the interview.
Eddie, what's your deal? Because you have probably the best Chicago accent I've ever heard. You look like the word Chicago. Like you.
Yeah. It's like you and that basketball player from Loyola. Remember, who looked like he was on his third divorce?
Oh, yeah, with the mustache. What's his name? Yeah,
Cameron Crutwig, yes.
Yeah, he was 20 years old, and you were like, oh, he needs to borrow my truck to move out of Deborah's house.
When I found out that guy likes to play the harmonica, I was like, this is fucking perfect.
Yeah. But anyway, you're very Chicago, and it's...
Yeah, what's your deal, Eddie?
Yeah, so
lovely.
I'm from the northwest side of Chicago, and, my family was born and raised here, and they've always lived in the city limits. And all of his buddies, like, they went to Weber High School. That's where Coach K went. And
my God!
They worship the ground that he walks on. So like, I grew up around all these guys, and really they were the ones that kind of taught me the way. And he gave me his '85 Bears jacket, passed it down. It's just a very it's just, I don't know. That's just how it is.
Man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very authentic. You're a very authentic human. Yeah, it's so great.
You're very funny, and you can tell you have a good heart. So you have a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
We are fans.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate. That's what I said. We're here. I'm actually I'm not in the basement. We got a nice big office in Wrigleyville. Anytime you guys have something to pump or anything, please stop by. We'll come.
I should have just gone there.
I know. I said that. I was like, "Who's here?" I was like, "I love this because it's hard."
I would have come.
It's so hard. Everyone's in New York or LA. We're always like, "Who can we get here?" Who can we get in the studio? So. Anytime you guys are here, please stop by.
Next time we'll do something.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because I'll still be here.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere. You'll be closing on a house. You'll be closing on a house. Be like, oh, actually,
I do own this place. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, okay, there you go. I do own it. Yeah, and like LAers, that's really funny. Yeah, I do have to ask too. Do we have is there a Wisconsin Dells episode?
No, but not yet. But she did go on is it her first bachelorette party? She went to Wisconsin Dells.
Okay.
That's right.
and then she went to Medieval Times and she hated it.
So here's the thing, Eddie. We got to get everybody to watch this show so they'll give us a second season so we can go to Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah.
And go to Carbondale and fucking have an episode for everything.
I went to Carbondale too.
You did? You went to SIU?
Yeah, I went to SIU.
Good for you.
You got a Saluki over here.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Is that where she won the show or no?
She did not go to college.
No, at one point I tweeted like I did 2 months at SIU or something like that.
Yeah. But she wasn't enrolled. She was just there.
Yeah. She was probably at the community college next to it.
Yeah. That's always the best, those people. I'm just going to do a year or two. It's like, bro, it's been 4 years. You're still waiting to get into U of I?
Exactly. You're still at Parkland?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, I had so many friends who were like, I'm going to go to Parkland and then I'm going to be able to get into U of I. And I was like, buddy, you're still at Parkland and you're 30 years old. It shouldn't be that hard.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. And then, so what date does it premiere?
September 17th.
Okay, perfect. So we got to get everyone to watch it. We got to
do
multiple seasons.
It comes out at midnight. 12:01. They cop the first 8 episodes, and then we've got another 8 in the can, as they say in showbiz. That'll come out.
That's a showbiz term. You can use it.
That's right.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it.
We don't know when, but maybe a couple months after.
Nice. Okay, so like kind of a second season is already good, or is that how
it's like part 1 and part 2 is basically how they're doing it.
Nice. All right. I'm happy she had her bachelorette party in Wisconsin Dells because that was
that was a good call.
That was my big pitch to be like, you got to send him there. I don't know. I looked at both your Wikipedia, St. Charles, Orland Park. I don't know if you guys are Wisconsin Dells people.
Oh, but, big time.
Oh my God. So
I almost drowned in Noah's Ark.
Oh.
Did you really?
Yeah. Keep going, Katie. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say that wasn't Wisconsin Dells like where you went. That was a splurge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was.
You know what I mean? Because it was far away. Like it was like far. Like we would go to Lake Geneva or something overnight, but then Wisconsin Dells was like, and I remember I got to bring a friend, and that was like,
me too.
Oh my God.
It's huge.
Oh my God. It was huge.
Do you remember Big Chief Go-Kart World? Which I'm sure
yes. It's a very problematic name. Everything there is problematic. But I remember that.
Outside of that place is a giant Native American.
I know.
Holding a go-kart.
Yeah, it changed. They were inspired by Cleveland, the Indians. They changed at the same time.
Oh, did they? Okay,
oh, good.
No, but they did change that.
Oh.
It's called Mount Olympus now.
Oh, that's right.
That's okay. We can make fun of the Greeks.
Yeah. I've been recently.
Eddie, who's your buddy Barstool guy who I'm scared of? He's the guy who made the video when he was yelling at Cody Parkey.
Carl.
I'm scared of that guy.
Yeah, he was mad.
Yeah, he was mad.
You mean after the playoff game?
Yeah. The double doink.
I was at that game. We decided because my husband's an Eagles fan. And we were like, fuck it, we'll go. Like, why not? Like, when will this ever happen again? And it was it made me realize that I had picked a good man because he was quiet for 5 minutes. Like after he never celebrated. He probably thought he was going to get murdered.
Yeah,
but
right.
he didn't celebrate. He just like let me sit there, like head between my legs, being like, "What is happening?" So
that's good.
But that was it. I understand why that man was yelling because it was not great.
He was fired up. I mean, everyone was fired up.
Yeah.
He just.
But I didn't like that. Remember, Cody Parkey turned it into a thing.
With like Good Morning
America.
America.
He started going on Good Morning America and all this shit. And it was
I will not be defined by my kicking. It's like, well, you're a fucking kicker.
Well, you are a kicker. Yeah.
Right.
That's like me being like, I won't be defined by the comedy that I write and perform.
Right.
It's like, your business card says writer and performer. So
but there was a video going around with that guy, Carl. He was in a hot tub with a woman.
Awesome. Yeah.
That was a Chicago party ant. I mean, I think it was in Detroit or something.
Yeah. Her name was Susanna, yeah, and she
that's a good name.
Yeah, she brings a hot tub to every Detroit Lions game, and yeah. So he saw it. He was walking by interviewing people in the parking lot, and it's one of those moments where you do a double take. You're like, I got to get in this hot tub. So he swam with Susanna, and then they have a great relationship still. So
good for them. Katie, you got to see this video because she is she's a party ant. She's Detroit party ant.
But that's what we're so excited about is that everyone has a party ant. It doesn't have to just be Chicago. Obviously, we love Chicago. It's clear by everything. It's 70% of our personality is Chicago. Exactly. Yeah. But like everyone has a party ant wherever you go. So that's one of the things that I think I'm the most proud of the show. I think Chris would be too, of just that I think we tapped into this type of person that you don't necessarily see that much on television.
No, underrepresented for sure. The party ant.
The 55-year-old woman is not necessarily well represented.
And we got a lot of great Chicago Easter eggs in there too, Eddie. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
Sure.
And just like you said, is it kind of different too with the Chicago people you meet in this game? Like, obviously John and Ike are involved, and you said the woman with Netflix was Chicago. Is it kind of different when you meet someone from here and they're in the game?
Oh, right away.
Yeah.
Right away. Because LA people are garbage and New York people are assholes, that's, not all of them, but a lot of them, And so, right away when you meet a good Chicagoan.
And if they're really a Chicagoan if they tell you what intersection they live on.
Oh, yeah. And what park and grammar school they're from. That's big.
100%. Yeah. And that they say grammar school. No one says grammar school.
I know. People are so thrown off. I'm like, what do you mean?
I don't know. It's your grammar school.
Yeah.
But It is really, just to second what Chris said, it's wonderful when you meet a Chicago person, no matter where you are.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Well, September 17th, go check it out. I'm really excited. And also, like I said, I'm serious about that. Like, I would love to have you guys in here. There's so many things I'd like to ask about I.O. and Second City and just, making a TV show, being from there. Respect it a lot. I think it's awesome. So good for you guys. I hope this show goes on for 20 seasons. And, yeah,
we do too. And even if you don't like it, just let it play in the background, right?
Yeah, hit the autoplay button.
And we're hoping for the Barstool bump. So tell your buddies.
Yeah, we definitely want the Barstool bump.
Well, yeah, we'll try.
Which was what I used to do at Chris's old apartment.
There you go. All right, Chicago Party Ant on Netflix, September 17th. Chris, Katie, thank you so much again.
Thank you, buddy.
This was great.
Awesome.